You know, these are the products I kind of wanted to show you that I traveled with. The chia, the soy milk powder, the multivitamin, and then all my ingredients in the elixir. And I also, of course, traveled with my handy dandy scale. Hi beautiful people, how are you? My name is Connor. Thanks so much for watching. I made a video recently on my elixir, which is sort of my main component of my one meal in my 1 meal a day journey. And this elixir is made up of a myriad of different things. It's like the backbone of what makes 1 meal a day work for me. So I made this video about that, and some of you had this question about how am I going to take it with me while I travel. And many of you know that I am traveling currently. I'm in Rhode Island right now. I was just in upstate New York for 12 days with Brittany Taylor and about 500 to 600 other people at a health festival called the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And Brittany and I go there early and we help set up all the volunteers. There's about 120 volunteers. And we pretty much manage the whole setup and manage the whole breakdown at the camp. And then during the middle time of like while the camp is going on, we teach acrobatics and we present on healthy relationships. So we had a lot going on, and this place is sort of in the middle of nowhere. It's, you know, you camp there, you're not leaving to go get food or anything like that. And it really was not an easy thing to imagine bringing all these different supplements and all these different powders and all this different stuff and trying to make this elixir day to day to day. So let me show you what I did. This is a gigantic tub of soy protein isolate. And this is a great product. First of all, this was a very inexpensive soy protein isolate that's a non-GMO. I will put this in the links below in the description box. And this is currently not full of soy protein isolate. There's some soy protein isolate in here, but I basically just used the jug. So inside here is my elixir. This is the contents of my elixir. This is basically 15 days. I had one other container that was another 17 days, and I've used that up. I plan to be gone in an entirety of 32 days. So 32 days of travel, and that consisted of me making 2 containers about the same size of this powder. They're not completely full, maybe 75% full. And it was just the easiest thing to do. Like, I mixed it all together, I put this in a duffel bag, and brought it with me. So that is how I brought my mainstay of elixir. I measured everything out ahead of time. I weighed everything out in a 15-day and a 17-day increment. And then I calculated it all down and used this scale to weigh out the day-to-day contents. So it took about 82 grams a day of this powder to make up my elixir. So I took the 82 grams every day, measured this out. I put it in a big cup of water. Normally I use soy milk as my liquid. So instead of bringing a bunch of soy milk, I got this cool product. This is organic soy milk powder. There are 30 servings in this one bag. I'll also put this in the description box down below. This is awesome. The only thing that's in here is soy milk powder. And in fact, if you pick up a box of soy milk at the grocery store, often you will find there is some funky stuff in there. Some of the things are just additional vitamins, so not really a big deal there. But sometimes there's oil, sometimes there's sugar, sometimes there are preservatives. Sometimes you'll find one, I think West Soy is one, where it's just organic soybeans, and that's fantastic, and personally I like the flavor of those a lot more. This is just soybeans, organic soybeans made into a powder. So it's pretty great. It's really inexpensive by comparison to a box of soy milk. It's much cheaper, and this is what I brought with me. I would say it's not as tasty. It's not as tasty as fresh or soy milk that you would buy in the thing if it's just soy beans, but it's pretty darn good for a powder. So I would take 1 serving of this, I'd put it in my water, I'd take my 82 grams of my elixir that I pre-made, I'd put that in there, shake it all up, and that was it. I had all the things that I needed. The only thing I didn't mix into this gigantic jug were these multivitamins. Now, these multivitamins, I'm gonna make a dedicated video on that because they are just so fantastic. I did a bunch of research on the ingredients back here thinking, well, maybe I can like piece together my own multivitamin and make it a lot cheaper, and I really could not. This is like the best combination of vitamins. So what I do with all of my pills, if it's a hard pill, I crush it up or put it in a blender. If it's a gel cap like this, I just twist it off, I take it off, I put the powder directly in. That just allows for a little more solubility and you know, a little bit less to digest. This is vegetable glycerin or rice flour or starch or something on the outside of these vegetarian capsules. And if they're not vegetarian capsules, then most often it's gelatin. And either way, both of those things I don't really have any reason to put into my stomach, and it also will help you get these nutrients a little bit better if you take the powders out. So this is 3 a day. I just left these in the container and counted them all out, and I added that to my elixir. There's only one other product that I wanted to show you. It doesn't look that pretty because it's been in 2 different bags, but this is all chia. There's just a bunch of chia seeds in here. And maybe every other day, I would take about 10 grams of chia and just throw it in a little bit of water with maybe half a serving of this soy milk and shake it up and just kind of sip on it. I really think chia is a fantastic addition to your food regimen, whatever it is. If it's 1 meal a day, if it's all, you know, 5 meals a day, it doesn't really matter. Chia is a pretty fantastic food, and maybe I can make a dedicated video about that. But essentially, you know, these are the products I kind of wanted to show you that I traveled with. The chia, the soy milk powder, the multivitamin, and then all my ingredients in the elixir. And I also, of course, traveled with my handy dandy scale. Because if you're going to be tracking your calories, you kind of got to have a scale to do it. So that's how I did it. I really love making videos answering your questions. It helps me know this is what you actually want to hear about. So if you do indeed have questions for me, I would love for you to post them down below. If you are finding these videos helpful, useful, you like them, you can physically click the like button, and that actually increases my stats so that YouTube kind of shares it around more. It helps the channel grow. And finally, if you're interested in any of the stuff that I mentioned here, I put all my Amazon links for it in the description box below. I'm also going to relist all the ingredients of this elixir in the Amazon links below. So if you are interested in getting more information on what is in here, you can do that. I'll also put the video for this elixir down below. So in the description box, you got all that good stuff. So much love to you. Mwah! We'll see you next time.